Have you ever wondered what makes everyone look so different? Why some people have red hair and freckles, or why a flower can be pink or yellow? Well, to put it simply, we see these differences because of biodiversity.
Biodiversity is variability of life. There are three variations of biodiversity. You have genetic, habitat, and species.
Let's talk about one of the factors that's decided before you're even born: genetic variation. This is a term used to describe the differences in our DNA. DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, is a bundle of genetic information. Our DNA does amazing things like self-replication or directing protein synthesis. Plants, animals, bacteria, everything has DNA.
It's like some crazy smart superhero that carries all of our genetic information and makes up our genes. No, not those genes. The biological genes that determine our alleles.
An allele is a variant of a gene. It is one of a pair of genes that appears on a particular chromosome at a particular location on that chromosome, which is just bundled up DNA, and determines the same characteristic.
It's one of a pair because we get one from our mom and one from our dad.
Genetic variation is key to species survival. Having different genes, combinations of alleles, and characteristics make life possible.
Take this scenario for example. This pile of M&Ms represents a seal population. Each color is an individual seal with a specific genetic trait. A deadly disease has entered their environment, so many of the seals die. Now we are left with only a small population. This group had desirable characteristics that allowed them to survive the disease, like antibodies or a strong immune system. Over time, however, the population can rebuild and rebound.
But the new population is almost all the same color, meaning they have similar traits.
They have lost the genetic variation in their species. This is called the bottleneck effect. The first population was more resilient to environmental stressors than the current population because they had more genetic diversity, or colors of M&Ms.
The more allele combinations that are possible, the more combinations that can happen. Then there's a greater chance that an advantageous trait will come out of a reproductive event or a mutation will occur.
These seals are now more susceptible to other outside factors like disease or maybe a predator.
If it harms one, it's going to harm all of them because they have such similar genetics.
Now you see why genetic diversity is so important. It helps species survive and makes everyone unique. Biodiversity keeps our world vibrant and full of life. Who knew components we can't even see control so much of our lives?